Yeah, that's not what I expected to see today. I expected this to be a quickie and an easy job. Welcome to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today we're in Fayetteville, West Virginia, and we are changing the kitchen faucet. This gentleman says his faucet dribbles and it has a very low flow. We're just going to trust him. We're going to just switch it out and see if it has better flow. I don't want to charge the system because it has been sitting here with no water hooked up to it for a while, so to minimize the mess, like I say, we're just going to trust the customer. Says it's got low flow and the faucet's bad anyway. I sent Bill Hilly in to clean out from under the sink so we could get started, and he's like, he said, not good when you're made of cloth. So he's out of here. He's scared. So not the kind of thing you want to see when you're working on an RV though. But yeah, let's get started. I'm not gonna be able to show you under the sink how this is getting changed, but I think I have some ideas, and I want to show you, out here where you can see what you're going, what I'm doing, see what's going on. I don't know what I'm trying to say, because typically to change the faucet like that, it's all just reaching under there and using the barrel method to get everything loose and get the old faucet off, put the new one on, and tighten everything back up. So let's get started. Okay, so when you buy a faucet like this for your RV, what's in the box? Let's just have a look. See, we have the top part of the faucet. We got the main body of the faucet. We got some jiggly bits. Let's see what the jiggly bits are. Okay. We have a base plate, which is just kind of a trim piece that goes under the sink, or under the faucet, I should say, like so. And then you've got two nuts. They're typically plastic because RV faucets are pretty inexpensive. They're usually plastic. So this is what holds the faucet to your sink or countertop. It goes like that, and then your nut goes on and tightens up against whatever. This one here is going into the sink. Sometimes they go into the countertop, but anyhow, that nut just tightens up, and after you get both nuts tight, then you just put your water lines back on. Now you have to keep them separated, hot and cold. So cold's on the right, hot's on the left. These just have a blue and red thingy on them. So yeah, cold's on the right, hot's on the left. I'm gonna get my old tired body down here in the floor, and I'm just gonna reach back in here, see what I feel. Oh, joy. I don't think this is so this is called a three post. No, what do they call it? Anyhow, there should be 3 holes in the sink. I don't think there is. I think this is a single stem. So I'm going to take my mirror and I'm going to go under here and look. Try to. I don't think there's going to be enough holes in the sink. I bet it's going to have a single hole. Well, there's 3 holes in the sink. Oh, but it's a completely different. The plumbing's different. Golly gee whiz. Wasn't expecting that. The faucets that's in there has, I don't know what you would call it, some dropouts that come down. They're coming out of the middle, and they're coming down about 4 or 5 inches, and then the water lines hook up to that. So I guess I'm just going to have to take one of the water lines loose and see if there's enough slack in the water line where I can pull that water line up and hook it directly to the bottom of this faucet. Yeah, that's not what I expected to see today. I expected this to be a quickie and an easy job. Well, sadly, in the RV business, just not many quick and easy jobs, you know. You think, you hope that that's what's going to happen, but it's not always the case. No, I don't think there is any slack in them lines at all. Not enough anyway. So I'm going to have to extend those water lines a little bit. Yay. Okay. That's awesome. Well, let's see. Oh, so we can get the old faucet out, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, got both water lines off. Let me get the nuts off that hold it to the sink. One plastic nut. Oh, that one's gonna be hard to reach. Oh, that one's gonna be really hard to reach. Well, ouch. A lot of sharp stuff up in there too. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't very tight, because I could just barely touch it with my finger. Oh. Come on, baby. Keep moving. Come on, keep moving. Got this funny feeling the holes may be too small in the sink. I don't know what I'm gonna get into. Ouch, I know that's hurting. Ouch. Oh, if the sink weren't in the way, this would be super easy. Man. Alright. Let me finish struggling with this. Told you it was sharp up in there. Oh, goodness gracious. I'll be right back. Okay, of course, like 30 seconds after I cut the camera off, I got it off. So there's what I'm talking about. See the faucet we're putting in. So this is more of a residential style faucet. The faucet we're putting in, you know, the water lines go here. These dropped out 4 or 5 inches, so I just have to make the water lines longer. Let me figure out how I'm gonna do that exactly. What's gonna be the easiest for me. And just in case I ever get a complaint, as you can see, that drain or something has been leaking for a long time. Long time. So just in case it comes up, that didn't start after I was under here fooling around. Just saying. All right. I did a little pivot. Instead of hard piping it, I'm just going to use one of these 20-inch supply hoses that I always keep on the truck. I started keeping these on the truck when Dometic bought Atwood water heaters and completely redesigned the water heater. These make life a lot easier when you're changing out an Atwood water heater for a Dometic. So I'm going to use them here also and see how this works. We'll go ahead and put our nuts back on the faucet to hold it down, and then we'll see if we can get these supply hoses on way up in there where I can't reach. So yeah, I don't know what this is going to be like yet. Oh, I still got to do adapters. We'll poop. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I mean, I got to get the faucet tightened down first, and then we'll go from there. I don't know what I'm going to do, because the water lines coming up they're female. Those are female, both ends. So yeah, let me see what I'm going to do here. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I'm struggling up in there. I did get both the nuts on the faucet. Got the faucet snugged up. Getting those lines on up there, not sure what's going to happen. I realized, hey, there's an outside shower thingy right there. Looky here. Look at what access. I'm gonna have to go get a light. Alright, everything's right there. There's the faucet. There's the water lines. So this is gonna make life so much easier. Yeah, let me make these connections. I can turn the water on, make sure we don't have any leaks. See if I can figure out where that drain's leaking, and if it's something that's just loose, I'll tighten it up, but we'll see what I find there. Well, alright. Finally got it installed. Got the sink leak fixed. Ended up taking the whole sink thingy apart, put new plumber's putty around the bottom of it, putting it all back together, and it's all good to go. But you end up having to change that faucet again. There's the one I put in. It's a Phoenix. It has a lifetime warranty. Well, that's awesome, because it wouldn't last 2 minutes. Let me show you this thing. First thing was, this wouldn't tighten. Here, it slips. When you go to tighten it or loosen it, it slips. I took this apart 3 times and tightened everything up, and it won't. See, it'll turn forever. Then, I thought I had that tight, okay? I didn't. It ended up slipping again. This side didn't slip. Then, it wouldn't stop leaking here. I mean, there's no ring in there. And I tightened it up, hand tight, you know. And then I tightened it up a little bit more. And then I tightened up a little bit more. Never would stop leaking right here. So, yeah, that's awesome. Brand spanking new out of the box and won't work. So I'm gonna have to try and get a hold of Phoenix or the distributor I bought it from and see if they're gonna warranty that thing. Good grief. Anyhow, that is done. Y'all get done. 2 hours. Change the kitchen faucet. Y'all get done. Don't you take 2 hours, but you get down in that comment section. Leave me a comment, a criticism, a concern. I do have something else to do this, and I'm going to video that too. So y'all have a fantastic day, and we will catch you next time.